Are you ready for a good chat? Go on and tune in to the Go On Men podcast. It's your place to go with your host, David GSA Wrestling, and co-host, Ryan Iconic Shadows.
Welcome back to episode 4, and today we have on the cards the favourite TV shows of both me and Ryan, and the movies that we like as well, and we've also got games we think should be remastered, so should be an interesting podcast.
Yeah, I reckon so. On the GSA Wrestling and the Iconic Shadows YouTube channels themselves, you might have seen some stuff that we've spoke about on this episode and the last episode, so you'll already have an idea if you've seen our videos before, but we're going to go over it anyway, and this is a bit of a fun episode for you to see that.
Yep, pretty much. And we didn't really do an intro, so we're going to do an intro now. I am your host, David GSA Wrestling.
And I am your boy, Ryan Iconic Shadow. Let's go.
I love that intro. That's actually our number intro. I'm sorry, but right, that's the best intro Ryan's ever done in his life. Right, do you want me to go first? Because I've got mine wrote down. Ryan's not done his, but he knows them off by heart anyway. Do you want me to start with mine? Or do you want to start?
Yeah, can do, just so I can have a little refresh.
Right, okay. I'm going to go with Chuck, the first one. I don't know if you know what Chuck is, and it's not Chuck the movie. Chucky, the thing, it's the TV show. It's basically about a secret agent, but he's an idiot. He's basically an average. Right. He's like me and you know, like how we got like average Joe, and he gets like a supercomputer like downloaded into his brain. With all like the secrets of the government, secrets of all the governments, and by season 3, there's like 5 seasons of it. He learns kung fu, and he's like, guys, I know kung fu. It's really funny. It's a comedy, but it's also like an action thriller. It's amazing. If you've not watched it, I suggest you watch it, because I hope they do a movie at some point, because that will go into number 1 on the movie list. Lucifer.
I've not watched much of this myself, but I heard it's a pretty good series.
I'll give you a quick brief if you want on it.
Yeah, go for it.
The series is about a Lucifer, obviously the devil. He's got power on Earth to make you giving your deepest, darkest secrets.
Oh,
so
right.
say you urge for something, or like you want something. It'll be like, what does your heart desire, and then you just tell him what you want. So. And like he falls in love with a detective.
Now then, mate, I want some fish and chips. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, mate, there's some weird ones like there is. And then he's working with a detective, and falls in love with a detective. Then it comes out that like she's God's gift, like someone who he sends his son down for like a immaculate birth or whatever the thing they call her. And like she weakens him and makes him human. It's really good. By season 6, it's amazing. Like season 6 is like the last season, right? Oh my god, amazing. Last one had a dance chorus as well. Like the whole episode was just, I want to shape up. Like literally, it was amazing. Number 3 is Heartland, because like I wasn't a Heartland fan. Like if you'd asked me this like 6 months ago, this wouldn't have even been on the list. But like I watched it at Christmas, and I was like, oh, do you know what? I'll give it a watch because there's nothing to watch. I have now watched it about 4 times, the same season, 14 seasons. I'm addicted. It's bad. I can imagine riding a bull in my sleep. But basically, it's about a little girl. I'll give it brief for anybody who's not watched it. It's about 2 sisters. The mum passes away at the start of it, and it's them dealing with it and processing it. And she's really good at horse riding, and like she can read the horses in stuff in it, and it's really good. Personally, one of my favourite TV shows at the minute. I've actually sat watching it again. It's horrendous. I'm like on season 2 already. Lethal Weapon. Not the movie, the TV series. I don't know if you've watched the TV series. As soon as I said Lethal Weapon, everybody was going to jump on the movie. There's a TV series, and it's really good. It's probably as good as the movies, if not even a little bit better. It goes more in depth, where like Riggs, what happened with Riggs and stuff. Shame it ended after 3 seasons. I feel like they fired the wrong person. I feel like they should have fired the other person, but if but so must. But yeah, really good. It's about. I don't really need to do a description of Lethal Weapon. If you've watched the movies, the TV series is basically like a spin-off of it. Supernatural is my number 5.
It's one of those shows I've always wanted to get into, but I know there's a lot. So when I do eventually maybe get around to it, I'm sure there'll
15,
be a lot for me to.
15 seasons, something like that. Do you know what? At one point, I loved it, and then I went off it, and then I ended up sitting watching like they've actually ended it now, and I feel like the ending was a bit. I feel like any ending's a bit, you know what I mean? Like it's a bit crapper, but like I feel like they could have done so much more for it. But with COVID, they should have waited. They should have waited for like COVID to be more over, and then film the last series rather than rushing it. But you know, for the last episode or whatever, they should have done. But oh well. But if you don't know about that, it's two brothers who hunt down ghost demons and other supernaturals, and the brothers. Basic description of it. Your top 5 movies, TV shows, sorry, Ryan.
Some of them, I suppose you could count as TV because so like I've got like some animes that I've got in mind. I've got some like DC TV shows, the Marvel Netflix shows. I'd say my first one is Daredevil, the TV series, not the movie. Like what you had to
I was
say.
gonna say. Right, I've watched Daredevil. I think I've watched the first episode. I'm gonna have to probably sit and watch Daredevil, the TV show. So, if you want to give a basic description, you can do.
So, like, for those who don't know about Daredevil, it's like he's a blind superhero, and he's also a lawyer. So he lives an interesting double life. I think he also has like a strange sense of being able to tell if somebody's lying. I can listen to their heartbeat and stuff and figure it out. I was like, it's a very interesting concept, and over time, thanks to my housemate, who's one of my best, well, he is my best friend ever. He has a lot of comics. He has a lot of comics, and he's like over time got me into reading them, and it's made me appreciate some of these shows a bit more because you get to realize how much these characters get into character.
Oh no, like it's ridiculous how like in depth. I'd love. Do you know what? I feel like I could probably do a Marvel acting because like I'm properly engrossed with Marvel now. Like I was anyway when I was a kid. Like Spider-Man, I would have loved to play Spider-Man. If I was young enough, I would have loved to play Spider-Man. But anyway, what's your second one?
Second one.
See, I bet you wish you wrote them down now.
I really enjoyed all the Marvel series that they've done recently. So I've got like Loki, that's definitely on there. Loki's like a show that to really understand it, you have to kind of watch it. So if you've seen a lot of the Marvel's films, you've noticed that there's a villain called Loki who's in name and in character are very similar to the mythological character, and he just causes chaos for the sake of it. Like there's not much about it, and he wants to be the guy in charge.
It was weird how many Lokis were actually in the Loki TV series. Like there was too many.
Yeah, I can see what you mean by that. Like,
What did we have? 6 or 7? So we definitely are. Yeah, the female version, Loki himself, Alligator Loki, the old school Loki, the one that sacrificed himself. The other Loki that I can't really say, but the coloured Loki, the kid Loki. They said the crocodile.
Yeah.
Right, and the mer Loki. So 7 Lokis. Because the mer Loki was Loki, but with a mer fucking thingy on him.
Yeah, like I say, I appreciated that show itself, and I don't know, there was just a lot about it where I thought, oh, it's quite interesting. I've got the next one where I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just more nostalgia on it, and I didn't watch an awful lot of it. It's more because of when I was still living at home, and it was just on a lot, and that was like the CSI shows where they can be quite engrossing, but some of the stuff in it is... Well, CSI, NCIS, all those sort of things, but it was more CSI that we watched, where some of the stuff is very out there with how they go about it, and I think they even had something about Justin Bieber on there once. I was like, what? But yeah, it's a good show in its own right, and yeah, I definitely recommend it if you're into that sort of thing. This isn't a TV show, but I really enjoyed Death Note. Like the TV series Death Note, it's an anime. It's a bit different, and if I was to recommend an anime where it's not over the top, but it is at the same time. It would probably be that, because you don't have to.
Haven't they made a movie
all
on
that.
that? Did they
Yeah,
make a
but
movie on
it's
Death Note?
kind of terrible, to put it in the most polite way.
Yeah,
Like, it's not very good.
Mate, I watched that movie. I was gonna go correct. Like, if it's anything like the fucking movie, I'd rather shoot myself. Like, oh my, like it's good in aspect, but like it's just so bad.
Like, the only thing good about it is the fact that Willem Dafoe is the like demon in it. That's about it. Like,
Reminds me of
three or four.
I think that's four. I think it's four. That
Yeah.
You've got one more.
What were you saying? Sorry.
I feel like it's like that. What's it? Was it the Christmas Krong or whatever it was? Did you ever watch that movie?
The Christmas what? Sorry. The.
It was like it was the Bad Father Christmas,
Oh yeah, I think I know what you mean.
where he's a fucking demon Father Christmas, and he locks them all in
Yeah.
snow globes if he gets them. Mate, honestly, I watched that. It was so bad. Like, it's so bad, but like good because it was so bad. Like, if you want to get away with your kids, never to have to tell your kids that there's no Father Christmas or there is Father Christmas, what, make them watch that. Spoiler alert, there is I just dropped a bomb, like, for kids. Any kids who listen to this podcast, I apologise in advance. Father Christmas is real.
I was going to say, I don't know what you're on about. Father Christmas is real.
Yeah,
I'm expecting great things.
Yeah, any kids who's watching, Father Christmas is real, 100%. And don't let,
I'm expecting great things for my Christmas, mate. I don't know what you're on about.
mate, I'm expecting call again. After that comment. Yeah, you've got one more. What was you going to go with?
My next one was going to be. Now, this is just because of how nostalgic it was, and again, it's a cartoon because I've watched a lot of like anime and stuff. Scooby Doo, the original Scooby Doo that's been going on for years. It's not in the same style as it used to be, but it's just like. I don't know. It's just it brings back a lot of like happy memories of like just being able to just chill out and just enjoy something.
I'm gonna throw it out there. If you was going nostalgia, I'd probably say Animals of Farming would. Like, like for TV series, or Walking with Dinosaurs. Like, if we're going nostalgia, it's probably them. But like, what I watch more, like obviously, Land Before Time I watched with my granddad. Walking with Dinosaurs I watched with my granddad, and Animals of Farming would, well, my great granddad, and like that's what I grew up with, was having soup with the soldiers, and then watching them. So they're more like nostalgia that like when I was a kid, but like personally what I sit and watch now, they're like, you know what I mean, like up there, you know what I mean. Do you want me to go movies or do you want to go movies first?
I'll go movies first. Well, what we'll do, we'll take it in turns for movies because I've got a good idea. One of my first...
No, we don't want to go for... No, because like, mine's going to ruin it, so you probably want to do all five of yours because you're going to take the piss out of me after we get to number 2. So...
I'm going to take the piss out of you.
Yes, you will.
I'm going to put this one under one thing. It's Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass 1 and 2. It's just nice for a comic book movie to be entertaining, to be different, and people not to... shit on it, to put it politely.
Yeah,
For it to be so different that people can just enjoy it without thinking, oh, it's a comic book movie, oh, I feel all nerdy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Kick-Ass. I thought you said Jackass.
No.
I thought you said... Do you know what? In my brain, Jackass kept coming in my brain. I don't know why. Yeah, I agree with Kick-Ass. I was going to say Jackass, top 5. That's a push. The toy was mine. I feel like it's funny because like they sort of take the mick out. I don't know if this is because he was trying to be politically correct at the time or whatever, or they was just trying to take a mockery out of it. But it's about I can give you a basic description. It's about a guy who can't find a job, but he's a writer, and then he goes and works for like a rich billionaire who's white, obviously, and he's obviously coloured. Do you know when you try to be subjectively, like, I could say the word, but saying the word's offensive, and then you, like, try and bubble around it? He goes working for a white billionaire and dresses as a woman. Because he wants a job that bad. But he's got a mustache. And he's like, can you shave the mustache? He's like, I will not shave my mustache. Anyway, so he goes working for him, then he gets fired, but then he's a cleaning guy. And then the kid of the billionaire comes in. And he's like, he's playing with the toys. He's like, the Wonder Wheel, and then the Wonder Wheel starts, what you doing, Wonder Wheel? Wonder Wheel, no! And he pops the Wonder Wheel. Oh my God, Wonder Wheel, no! There's so many kids you could play with. Like, it's so hilarious. And then like the kid's like, I want that. Oh, you want a Wonder Wheel? No, I want the black man. Like, it's so racial, but it's so funny at the same time. And like, they box him up and send him to the billionaires' kids. It's so good. Like, I don't like the comedian who does it is so good, and I personally love it. Like, he was in See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Oh yeah.
He's that black guy, and like, he's that actor. I can't think of his fucking name. That's why I keep saying black. The actor who plays him is so good. Like, I can't think of his name, but like, oh my, like. I could sit and watch that movie, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, quite a bit, but like, I love the toy. The toy's so, like, it's such an underrated movie. And like, when I said it to you, you didn't know what it was. You thought of the Robbie Williams, didn't you? Film.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's so underrated because of the other film with Robbie Williams in. Like, if you sit and watch it, I think it's like £4 for. But you can probably buy it on Amazon or buy it on, DVD. Mate, it's worth a watch. You will giggle. You'll never giggle so much in your life. As it brings the inner kid in you. It's so funny. But like, it has political, political stuff in it as well, and he helps the kid grow up and become like an adult and stuff. It's so good. It's such a good film. Number 2 for you, Ray.
Number 2 for me. This might be on your list as well because I think we've spoken about it before. It's quite enjoyable. I'm going to say my favourite one out of the 3, just because it's just always been my favourite. Back to the Future series, but mainly the second one.
No, but that wasn't on my list at all. No, I agree with you. I love Back to the Future. I wouldn't say it's like one of my top die-hard films. I've watched it the other day. It's not one of my die-hard films. I'll watch it on occasions, but I don't feel like it's one of my top rated. I would say and watch it umpteen times. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to do a description on it, feel free.
Essentially, it's about when.
And say that if they've not watched Back to the Future, then get out. Like, what are you on about?
Yeah,
like
I don't. Way, it's a lovely film, quite warm-hearted, and it puts perspective on things that can happen when you go back to the future. You go to the past. Things can change, and they explain like their own way and how things could change.
Which would you say is the worst out of the 3?
I don't know. I've always not liked the third one as much.
Yeah, I'm saying the third. The third's so bad in comparison to the first 2. The first one's good, but the second one nails it. Like the going into the future, then going affecting the past, that affects the future. You know what I mean? And as a ripple, I love that bit. The third one is diabolical. How they can say it's a film, it just made no sense. Go on. Anything else you want to add to Back to the Future?
I think it was just nice how Michael J. Fox was able to show how good of an actor he can be. I know he's quite ill these days with, is it Parkinson's or something?
I don't know. I don't follow him that much, mate, to be honest. I watch his movies. I can't say what follows him, but yeah, I did not know.
But yeah, I think relatively speaking, because he like shakes, he's got like his body like shakes a little bit. So from my understanding, I think he's a bit ill these days. I don't know what in terms of like acting he really does anymore, but from what I can tell, especially in those movies, he puts a lot of heart into it. And yeah, overall, I know it's quite a simple way, and
that's Marty, isn't it? Who you're talking about is Marty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yo, I was going to say how the Doctor's still kicking about after that movie is ridiculous. Like, he was in Big Bang Theory, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
He was in as Sheldon asked him to live in the house because he'd paid up the rent because he was having an argument with Leonard. Something definitely was crazy. Do you want me to do my second, or do you want to add anything else? Right?
What's that, sorry?
Did you want to add anything else to Back to the Future? Or?
No, I think I'll make it quite plain and simple, really, for that one.
Little Voice, for me, is number 2. You're not going to know this, because I'm quite old in comparison to you. I'm got 4, 5, 6 years on you, roughly. So we definitely that?
No, I don't think I do know.
Basic description: it's about a girl that's so nervous that she's really good at singing. Like, she's really she knows that it's a good film. It's like she's really good at singing. I'll tell you who's in it, and you'll be quite surprised. What the fuck is his name? It's someone really famous, and I can't think of his freaking name off my head. But he's like really like a bit like he comes into it, and then there's a fire, and she has to save the records, but she doesn't want to save the records, and it's crazy. Like she's a really good singer, but she doesn't want to sing.
Oh,
Like
right.
yeah, and then they managed to trick her into to doing it, and then they're like, oh, we made money. You're gonna do it every day for the next, you know what I mean? And she's like, no, I don't want to do it. I did it as a one-off to me dad, and all this, and yeah, it's crazy. It really is crazy. It's good. It's really good. Number 3 for you. I know you're gonna take the PR on my next one.
I may do slightly if I can guess what it is, but I'm going to say number 3 for me would be Sonic the Hedgehog the movie. I
Good shout.
rather enjoyed it. I didn't expect it to be as good as it is, but yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, it's got a lot of personality to it. The characters are really engrossing, especially the human ones. You wouldn't think it, but I heard good things about the second one. So fingers crossed, it should be good. Sonic himself is voiced by an actor that I've seen in other things. So when I heard he was going to be in this, I wasn't sure if it was just going to be that sort of situation where he's a big name.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see all the references that you see in it from the games, and the fact that Sonic's reading like Flash comics and stuff.
Yeah. Do you know what? I feel like they got a lot of criticism for the way they made him look, and they managed to fix it, and that's what saved that movie. If they hadn't done, I think
Oh
it would
yeah,
have flopped.
I definitely don't think it would have been so good. That's his name, Ben Schwartz. Has been in quite a few things. I think he was in a movie that I think was on Netflix or Amazon where he was like driving around and like filming himself doing things, and it was a bit dark. But yeah, I would say that's one of his biggest things that I think I've seen him in. He was in Ninja Turtles, DuckTales.
Which
Quite a
one
few
was he
things.
out of? Do you know which one he was out of the Ninja Circles?
I think he was Leonardo.
Are you on about the realistic movie, or are you on about like cartoon?
Let's have a look. I think it was one at cartoons.
Alright, okay. No, if it was a realistic movie, I was like, it doesn't sound like him. That's why I was saying it. I felt like, it doesn't sound like him. The third one of mine, you probably guess it.
Okay.
You said you might go on guess before I say it. You said you wanted to guess before I said it.
Is it to do with somebody going in a cupboard?
Yeah. I didn't even need to say it in right now. It's Indian in the cupboard. Ryan thinks it's racist. I don't. I don't have the agreement of it. I feel like he needs to watch a movie to have an opinion on it, and he's not. So, the only reason is like I watched it with my great granddad, and it's like a nostalgia with me, watching it. And I haven't watched it in years, and I feel like I was in a party with you, wasn't I? When I was on about going watching it.
Yeah.
Was it not the first podcast we did? Like the
Might have been,
Impulsive.
I'm sure.
I'm sure I said, "Oh, I'm going watching it in the cupboard," and you went, "You going watching what?" And like Ed was because Ed was in the party as well. And I said I was going watching, and he's like, "What? What you going watching? What?"
he was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it was like I got so much crap for watching it because like, but I feel like it's good. It's not just an Indian in a cupboard though. Like it's about a kid, and like I feel like you need to watch it before you judge it. Like it's basically about a kid who gets a magic cupboard off his granddad, and then when he puts stuff in it, it comes alive. But the first thing he puts in, because he's into Indians and stuff, is an Indian, and that's why they went with the name of Indian in the cupboard. They could have just put magic cupboard and probably wouldn't have the wrong name, but like yeah, it's a good. I think it's a good movie. Everybody to the row. Your fourth one.
Yeah. My fourth one. I'm going to have a good think about this. I've seen quite a few movies over time. I know some people disagree with me on this, but I really enjoyed Batman: The Dark Knight. I just really loved how easily rewatchable it is, and you can enjoy it countless times.
That's with the Joker in it, isn't it?
Yeah, with Heath Ledger, the Joker,
Yeah.
who unfortunately passed away. I think during the production, so he never actually got to watch it back. I don't think.
No, he killed himself, didn't he? Overdosed. Did he
Yeah.
overdose himself? Oh, so yeah,
believe
mate, such a good actor. He was so underrated as an actor. Until like they seen him in the Joker, he was underrated, and it's a shame that was his last work because he probably would have made it so big after that. Do you know what I mean? Because he was such a good Joker. You know what I mean?
You never know. It could have even been in the sequel, like even just to be there, not actually done much. But it could have maybe been in the sequel. I
They
think
could have
it
had him
might have
laughing
been.
laughing like you never know. What was the next one after
But
that
yeah,
one? Oh, it was Bane, wasn't it?
Bane, yeah, yeah. Dark Knight Rises, I think
Yeah,
it
they
was.
probably would have put him in. Bane probably would have let him out of Asylum. You know what I mean? It could have been. It could have been yeah. It could have been a
Just
sequel.
the
Yeah,
hell of it.
yeah, yeah. Or he could have refused to come out.
Yeah, but like, well, I don't need to listen to you.
Yeah, yeah. Or he could have made the damage worse. You never know. You don't know with the Joker. Do you want me? Are you explain? Do you want to put any more into that?
uh, no, I think that's it. Everybody know about the Batman, and I feel like if you haven't seen it, definitely recommend. Big thumbs up for that one. Very much
I'm
recommend it.
gonna put a movie in for 4 that like you probably won't know, and it's the Battle for LA.
Okay.
It's a sci-fi film. Basically, aliens attack us. It's about It's about a guy who's on about retiring because his last unit got killed in Afghanistan or wherever where the war was, and aliens land on the beach in LA. Uh, and basically, but they're landing all over the world as well. And the spaceships are killing everybody. It's really good. Like it's sure I think Fingy's in it as well. You know the guy Lenny from Fast and Furious.
Oh
Letty,
yeah.
she's in it. There's quite a big few actors who are in it, but like I think it's so underrated as a movie. Like it's one of those I feel like they should have had a sequel, but it never did. But yeah, it was really good. Number 5 for you, Ray.
Number five for me. A lot of movies come to mind, but I think for this,
You can do
I
5 and
think
6.
it
If you've
might.
got
It
two that
might.
are tied, you can do both. I had two
I don't
tied, but
think. I don't think it's going to be a movie you really know, but if you do, that'd be great. It's a movie called Source Code.
yes, I have said it.
But yeah, I would heavily recommend it to anyone that hasn't seen it. It's quite makes you think a lot more than you'd reckon.
It's the guy where he keeps going back and reliving the same day, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I have said
Like
it.
it's very similar to Groundhog Day in that respect.
Yeah, yeah, he has to try and figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've got 2. I don't know if I put both out there or just put one. Her,
Do whatever you think, really. Like if you want to say
one was
both.
Battlefield. I feel like it's a really underrated film. There's a lot of good actors in it, but like it never got a sequel, and I feel like should have probably got a sequel. And Hurt Locker.
Oh right.
Actually, I could. Do you know what? I'm gonna scrap both of them. I've just thought one. As soon as I said Hurt Locker, something else just popped to my mind. Black Hawk Down. I have watched that movie so many times, and it's so good. Like, if you want a war film to watch, watch Black Hawk Down, and if you want another war film to watch, Hurt Locker is the 2 films. Um, Black Hawk Down is about I don't know if you've ever watched it. Have you ever watched it? It's quite old. Right. Have you watched it?
Don't think I have, to be honest.
It's about military, but basically it's about a hawk going down, and they send like tanks in and stuff, and people just get shot left, right, and center, and like it's Afghanistan, and they're just attacking from everywhere, and it's crazy, and it gets to the point that the people, like the soldiers who went in or whatever, have to walk out behind the tanks, even though they're in a military zone. It's one of the best films. It's like 3 hours long, but it's one of the best films you'll ever sit and watch. It's the best 3 hours of your life. It's crazy. Hurt Locker is... I don't know if you've watched Hurt Locker.
No, I don't think I have.
Hurt Locker's about military again, but it's like Afghanistan, but they're dealing with, mines and stuff. And basically, like, obviously, it basically explains, in Afghanistan where they blow up the fucking bombs and you just try to defuse them. It's all like that. And, like, in one, like, what's his name now? I'm trying to think what he's done. Falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it. Hurt Locker.
Alright.
Hawkeye's in it as well. Hawkeye's in it. The other one you won't know because he's never. But like them two, you'll know. Basically, it's both of them in a movie together, and basically they have a fighting competition. If you want to see Hawkeye ever fight fucking thingy, it's a good film. Watch. Because they get drunk and start punching each other at chest, like really hard, to the point where they win them. But yeah, it's really good. Do you know what I thought was going to be really good and it never was? And it's another war film. You know Jarhead?
Yeah.
I thought Jarhead was going to be really good, but Jarhead was really, really bad. Like really, like I thought Jarhead was going to be a banger, and it's really, really bad. But yeah, that's my personal opinion. Have you got any others you want to add to the list of movies?
No, that's about it for me, to be honest.
Right. Let's do games we think should be remastered.
Games we think should be remastered.
I've got a couple wrote down. I know some of them you'll agree with. Some you'll not know.
I've got, just because I'm a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, I really want a lot of his games remastered more. Like we mentioned in the previous video, Sonic Colors are being remastered. I really want the original 3D Sonic game that came out, Sonic Adventure, to get remade / remastered. It's just really enjoyable, and I think it's more because of nostalgia, though, to be honest. A lot of games in these sort of categories will fall under that, where looking back at them, they might not be as fun. Even though I haven't played this either, I'd say a lot of the Persona games that I haven't had a chance to play hopefully get announced this month, because apparently there's an event for it where they all get remade on PS4 / PS5. I'm hoping that happens, because that's another one that I really want to get remade. I won't be able to play. There's going to be a lot of games where I haven't been able to play that I would like to get remastered so that I can play on current hardware.
Well, it's ironic that you said that. It's sort of tied in with another one that I did. Like, there's maybe another podcast further down, and I don't know if it changed slightly now because it sort of touches on this at the same time. And that was like, we'll do it after this question, but it basically ties in because when you started answering it, ticked into the other one. But we'll do that event in a minute. My first one was Here Comes the Pain, WWE. Literally my first one. Here Comes the Pain. I feel like it should get a remaster because it was one of the best games they've ever done. If not SmackDown 1 and 2. When you had The Rock on the front cover of it. I don't know if you've ever played this. Desert Storm.
No, I don't think I have.
I'm just saying, if you the makers of Desert Storm and you want an easy, like, 20 quid each or 30 quid each, crack that out, game, because that game will sell. Like, the amount of times I will publicly go out and do a video on this game because I love this game. It's about there's 3 of them, and I don't want to ruin the game because if they do remaster them, obviously I'll replay through the campaign. But I obviously remember the campaign really fucking well. That's how good the game is. I haven't played it in like since PlayStation 2 maybe, and like I remember every part of the campaign. It's that good. One of the games that I got engrossed with. It's about 4 people. One's a sniper expert. One's like a explosive and demolition guy. One is like heavy machines and rocket launchers, and one of them is like the leader. And you have to work through, like work with different people to do different bits of the mission. It's so good. Like, my nostalgia would go through the roof with that game. It'd be unreal. Like, I would pay 20, 30 quid for that game. Easily. For the revamp of it. I'd probably even pay 50. If they pushed it to 50, I'd probably pay 50 for it. I love that game. It's so nostalgia.
Yeah. I think if you're giving it that much praise, it can't be that bad.
Oh, mate, it's so good. It shits up. Like, I'm sorry, but if they bring that game out, I would never buy another Call of Duty ever. Like, if they did a 4th one of that, Call of Duty would never get bought again. I would sit and play that game. It had no multiplayer in there, but the storyline was so good, Ryan. It was unreal. Here's one for you that you probably remember. Driver.
I'm not sure.
You only drove around in a car, but you had to do it was like heists and missions. You're like driving through. It's a lot like GTA, but like before GTA was a GTA thing. I feel like there's one that we're both going to agree on. Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh yeah, I recently got that on PS2 because I bought a PS2 again.
Yeah, I feel like if they remastered that and made it better I feel like they could go 3D with that game. I feel like they could properly do something with that game. Like, majorly, I feel like it's really good. This is one that I was thinking of, but like, I don't know if you'll remember it. Dino Crisis.
I don't know that either, to be honest.
Dino Crisis was like thingy. I'm trying to think what it's called. I'll tell you one thing that we would play if they remastered it. straight away. I'll put it after this. Dino Crisis is basically you have to go in and save people from dinos attacking them. And
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah, it's really good. Like if you ever just type in on YouTube Dino Crisis, you'll see it. Just because I wanted a dinosaur game that was remastered, but I was thinking Jurassic Park, but like it's just scenario game. But this is like properly you have to go in and fight dinosaurs with guns and shit. And I feel like it ties in with like it would do really well now as a remaster because obviously with Jurassic World being so good and loads of kids watching it and like obviously adults watching it as well. I feel like it's the perfect time to drop that game badly. Here's one we could probably both agree on should you get remastered. What's it called? All Stars.
Yeah.
WWE All Stars.
That'd be great if they did that instead of that stupid Battleground stuff.
Mate, I honestly, you could have just made an All Stars 2 and I would have bought the game like and played it constantly. The storyline on that was so good. Like the new one's so bad. It's just like writing, and I'm like, bro, nobody wants to sit and play through a campaign that's written. Like nobody wants to. It's boring as shit. You know what I mean? Like a comic book. I get where you go and you try to do comic books, but like as a game, you don't want to sit and read a comic book. You want to get engrossed. Like that's where I feel like Avengers the game sucks me in so well. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I feel like it's like the when you bought the DLC and they did that. You didn't play 2K20, did you?
No.
They should redo 2K20 and make it an actual game. Fucking hell. The season pass for that game was so bad. Like, when I bought it, thinking, oh, it's going to be really cool. Like, you're going to get some cool cuts, like cool voiceovers. It was all fucking. The only thing that was good about it was that the New Day did like an opening scene for it. The rest of it was just all written. Like, comic book written. The last one, I'd even read through it. I just skipped through the fucking comic book bit and just went straight to the match, so I could get it over. Do you know what I mean? So bad.
That sounds terrible.
Such a bad game. Like if you're gonna do it with 2K22, I'm done already with the game. Like I'm not even gonna buy it. But like you need to do something different. You need to do something original. Like that. Whatever you tried to do just did not hit the mark. 2K. I feel like we've roasted 2K so bad, but like it's. Do you know what it is? And as to like, we shouldn't really talk about 2K because it's not a remastered game. But like, if you look back at the original games, like when you went backstage and you could like brawl with whoever you wanted to, you could end up in a match with the Undertaker, randomly out of the blue. Do you know what I mean? Or the Rock. Like you'd say something to Rock and you started out inside out. Like they need that like an open world, where you go in like you're like, oh fucking, you walk through. That's where He Comes to Pain succeeded because it was a massive open world, wasn't it? And you played through the year with your character. It's just bad developing. You know what I mean? But I feel like, have you got any other games you think should be remastered from your side?
No, not really. Not particularly, to be honest, mate.
There is probably games that I should have on this remastered list, but like I feel like a lot of them will probably end up getting like either we could just buy it. The thing is like, I was going to do the other question. What was your first console as a kid?
Might have been the Dreamcast / Mega Drive. That
Sega
really
Mega.
played a lot.
Was you Sega Mega Drive? I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have thought you was like PS1 maybe, like that, or Game Boy, being the first one. I didn't know you was a Sega Mega Drive. I said that to Nathan the other day. And he went, "What the hell's a Sega Mega Drive?" I was like, "Oh, I'm done. I'm done." I'm like, I'm out. I was like, "Oh, no, bro!" Like Sega Mega Drive, like was such a console. Like the cartridges as well, man. Oh, do you know what? I kept my. How long did you have your Sega Mega Drive?
I've got one again now.
No, I mean I don't mean like the remastered one. I mean your original.
No, this is original. This is
Oh,
original.
is it? What the fucking hell was that? Was that my phone or yours?
I think it was yours, mate.
My phone just had a meltdown. There was nothing on my screen unless it was reading out what it was. I had my Sega Mega Drive till I was about 10, and then I plugged it in and it exploded.
Wow.
Literally, I was like, "Oh, cool! I'll bang a game in." Bang! I was like, "Oh!" I must have been about 10. I was fuming, bro. I kept it for so long, for nostalgia. It did get abused though. When I was a kid, that game system got abused. And then I went to PS1. I didn't get the Dreamcast. I wasn't a fan of it. I got the Game Boy. I played Pokemon Yellow. But it's crazy to think how much gaming's been. That was another. It was part of this question. Like how much like the question was, how much has gaming changed from like when we was kids? You know, like obviously say if you look at a Sega Mega Drive now to what the graphics are now on games, it's unreal. Like it's next level.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Like I really love the GameCube and the PS2. They're my favorite ones. I know they've got very similar games on, but they're my favorite two consoles that I ever have and never have had. But I've got them again now because I've turned into a bit of a collector.
I feel
And
like I feel like I would get all consoles, but I wouldn't. Like I don't. The reason I don't is because the graphics are so much better. As like I know for nostalgia's sake, it's probably worth it because like I don't know if you remember the game. I can't remember the name of it, but like you have to fight aliens with guns. It
oh
was on
right,
the it was on the Sega Mega Drive. It was like a alien shooter gun. It was like a lot
that
like
was like
Street Fighter. It was a lot like Street Fighter. You know,
oh
you used
right.
to go through the levels like next level, and there'd be so many aliens, and they'd all have to I just enjoy for hours. I'd sit and play that game. Like I never completed it because you could never complete it because some mega boss would drop in and just whoop your ass everywhere. But it was so good. I feel like in some aspects, like if you think about it, we would have never met other than when we played WWE, and that's how we met. All of us, like there's like four major key people, and then we'll talk about the fifth, sort of. You've got obviously Ryan and Ed, but they live together, but they've been friends for years. Like, and then I was always the oldest, and I say that like I'm gonna get younger. I've always been the oldest, but like I can't remember how we bumped into each other. How did that happen? Was it like
I don't know if it's just that I was playing with of another group of people and we just ran into you and Paddy, and that's about it really.
yeah? I think me and Paddy met first. Didn't we? Me and Paddy were, but like it was mad because we all met up like it was crazy because we knew each other like what 10 years now. So it's scary how long we've known each other now. So like 10 years. Because we met in 2K10. Was it 2K10 or 2K11?
I'm not sure actually. It's been quite a while now.
It was definitely 2K11 because I remember me getting it. It was 2K10. It was the back end of 2K10 going into 2K11. Because you remember, I got the game like a week early and you was all pissed about it.
Yeah.
Because I sent him, he went, you've copied it. I remember getting accused of like, what was it? Because I didn't get it like 2 weeks earlier than everybody else. Because they made a mistake, like they put it out, like they sent me the game too early. Um, because I remember Ryan going, you're lying, you're lying. And I sent him it was not, well, it was Paddy. It was Paddy was going, you're lying. And I sent him the screen, I sent him a picture of like the cover and he went, bullshit. Because I remember the conversation with him. But that's how we became really good friends because we all like played WWE. And then like, these all left me. I stayed on Xbox for a while and like decided not to come to PlayStation later on and then they all naffed off and left me. And then eventually I came over to PS4. And then Paddy's sort of gone off doing his own thing now. Like he's got the wrestling. He's got the wrestling. He's got his daughter. Whoever thought Paddy'd be the first one to have a kid out the four of us? It's like you being the first married out the Lord of us. Like I don't think we could talk about Paddy's business, but it's hilarious. There's some stories we could swear about Paddy, but it's hilarious. But yeah, we've known each other now 10 years. It's disturbing how long we've known each other. The thing is, like, because we've had that bond for so long, even when we have an argument, like we might not speak for weeks on end, but like eventually we always end up speaking to each other. The only person I feel like Sam got forced into the group, and that's maybe why he's not as close as the rest of us as a group.
Yeah.
Because like he came in like I'd say we knew Sam about 7, 6 years, so we'd have like, and Sam was like always like in your face. And I didn't like that. I feel like everybody should be. I feel like I'm the mature. I'm meant to be the mature one. I'm not the maturest. I think Paddy's probably the maturest out of the lot of us. No offense.
Yeah.
I feel like Paddy's the more mature, even though I'm the oldest. But I feel like I've grew more. I've got more mature as I've got like. Paddy had to grow. Paddy grew up quick because he's sort of brought his brother up, Hannah. Do you know what I mean? Where we was all still like young. Youngish. But yeah, no, it's crazy. But yeah, the thing is, gaming's our key thing because that's how we all met, and like it. I feel that's why we're so pissed at WWE. Like, I don't feel like because of the game, like because it's our game and it's our group game. You know what I mean? And like when everybody bought 2K, everybody bought 2K19, but no, there was only me who bought two. No, Paddy bought 2K20, didn't he? Did Paddy buy
Uh,
2K20? I think it was only
might
me
have
and
done.
Paddy. I think it was only me and Paddy who bought 2K20.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm happy that I didn't waste my money. Let's go.
and then I think I'm the only person who bought Battlefield, but like I thought, I heard it was going to be a lot like All Stars, and then when I bought it and I played it, I was like, oh. I was so hyped for it because of All Stars, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be a lot like All Stars, you know, with the like you seen all the spinning, like they sold it so well, bunch of pricks. But yeah, I feel like they're gonna have to sell the game this year, 2K20, but 22, sorry. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I hope it's just better than 2K19 because like if not, everybody's gonna ask for 2K19 to stay on. That's the problem now they've got. Like 2K19 was such a good game that if 2K22 isn't as good as 2K19, everybody's just gonna ask to keep the servers on 2K19. So enjoy that, boys. You might have screwed yourself. Add the money constantly, but yeah. I feel like that's it, Ryan. Do you think there's anything else we need to touch up on? Touch it?
No, I think that's it. Compared to the last one, this can be a relatively short one, I reckon.
I think 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. We don't time it. The thing is, we should probably time them so we know, but we don't. We just let the conversation flow as it is rather than having a
I
clock on
think for
us.
this one, I think you might like this little bonus question to get people interacting. What is your favourite chocolate bar / packet of crisps?
Oh, I've got another interactive question for you. Seeing as we've asked the question, what was our first console? Write down in the description what your first console is and the first game you remember of that console.
Yeah. So if you have an answer for either of our two questions, write them down or tweet us.
Oh yeah, or mate, if you want to tweet us, feel free.
Yeah.
100%. The thing is, like, if Ryan doesn't get back to you, I'll get back to you. If I don't get back to you, Ryan will get back to you. I've got a question that we can add to that. I've just figured out the other question we could do for replace that question that I've just took out of that one. I've just figured it because I was on about it in my own head, but I was going to bring it up, but I'm not going to now. But yeah, I feel like that's it. I feel like we've done really well with this podcast. Let us know if you're enjoying it as well. That's the main thing. We enjoy filming it, and like me and Ryan have like a warm up gossip before we start this, so we can get like in a mood. But yeah, I feel like I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Spotify, it was easy to set up. Holy, like I thought Spotify was going to be so hard to set up, and it was so easy. I think yes. Now I'm just going to watch the numbers and see how you guys like it. But yeah, there's going to be like little videos coming out as well. Obviously, explaining what's next in the podcast and stuff. We was going to bring up. We didn't bring up episode 4, but we'll do episode 5. Do you want me to tell them what episode 5 is?
Yeah, if you want to give a little tease.
The little tease for episode 5 for you guys is movies and shows that are coming out in 2022 that I'll have to research, and my birthday. Because the first week in October is my birthday. It'll be the day after the podcast. So literally the day the podcast drops, my birthday is the 2nd. So if you want to go and tweet out happy birthday, feel free. Just don't write how old I am, because I'll be peeved. But no, I've enjoyed it. Ryan, enjoyed this podcast?
Oh, definitely. As I always do, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a nice little gossip between friends, and we've got in a couple of weeks we've got a special guest coming, and then in a couple of weeks we've got another special guest coming, and then in a couple of weeks after that we'll have someone else, but we don't know who we're getting for that one, so you never know. If you yo KSI hit us up. I'm imagine KSI boys, I'm in. How do we do this? Bro, we'd have set that up so well. If we did a podcast with KSI, we're going to have to do it so well. But yep, that's it, guys and girls. We've done our thoughts for today. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, give us a hit up on the or answer the question. Actually, wait there. You can't ask them a question and not tell them what your favourite chocolate bar is.
Well, this is what I was about to say, but you carried on with your question.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
My favourite is a double decker, which some of you in different parts of the world might not know, but it's like a nugget chocolate bar with like little crunchy bits in it. And I really like lots of different packets of crisps. My favourite is quite easy. A lot of people like it, cheese and onion. I was quite baffled at some of the weird flavors that you can find. Like I saw a fish and chips flavor going about recently.
Oh, have you not had them? Oh, bro, you've never lived. My favourite chocolate bar. See, I'm split, me. I've got double deckers of sat is a smash for you. But like I'm split between a Kit Kat and a Mars bar. Because I feel like they're both like Kit Kats. Like Kit Kats, if you like something like quick nibble, Kit Kats are banging. If you want something juicy and watery, it's a Mars bar.
I haven't had Snickers and Mars bars in years.
I don't like nugget. I don't like nuts. I hate nuts. I don't know why. I can eat nuts plain, but when you put them in a chocolate bar, I'm done for it. Like I just generally, I don't know why. I can't do with chocolates and nuts. It sounds crazy. It's like pick a mix or pick a nut or whatever it was. Picnic. Yeah. Could never touch picnic, ever. Like I love a good. You know what? Oh, here's one for you: dried roasted nuts. You know what? I'm gonna have to add that to my shopping list now. A bag of dry roasted nuts. You know, asshole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to add it. Like, I'll tell you what I've really been in love with. Have you ever heard of pencils?
I'm not sure if I have, to be honest.
Oh mate, go and get like a pounder bag. Oh my god, it's like a pencil, like obviously a pencil like shape. It's like a licorice, like like not a licorice, but like obviously like a normal sweet. That's the best way to describe it. And then like a when you get like the fillet, it's like a white fillet. Oh, it's brilliant. What's your favourite sweet? Well, we've done crisp, we've done sweets. Oh, pork scratchings. To die. Oh,
David just likes a little moment to be able to talk about his favourite stuff.
Yo, you shouldn't have started this subject. I'll have half an hour just on this. No, like pork scratches, bro. Have you ever had a really? When you've had a drink as well, pork scratches are a legend. Well, listen. If you're too young, I'm sorry, but listen. If you want, oh, by the way, I've got one. We'll have to do drunk or hangover cures. Have you ever had an hangover cure? You don't drink, do you?
I don't drink that much. One of my main ones was just like something so dirty that I wouldn't usually eat it. So like,
it's bad when you're like, I was so hungover that I would never usually eat it, but it's lovely.
like, I don't really eat McDonald's all that much, but for some reason, when I'm having a drink or had a drink, I just like it. Like for no particular reason, I just like it something quick and easy.
I can't touch McDonald's anymore. There's a reason. I'm going to say I was very, very drunk. Emphasis. And I decided in an infinite wisdom to get a banana milkshake from McDonald's. Worst idea I've ever had. Like, so well. Like, it was just all day. Like, I don't really throw up that bad either. Like, it made me... Because it's milk and it curls on you. With alcohol. Bad idea. Like
that sounds very self-inflicted there.
Oh, it was, yeah, but I had chicken nuggets. It ruined chicken nuggets for me from McDonald's. Like, honestly, I had 20 nuggets. It was like when you're having like a fat moment after you've had a drink. I had like a Big Mac with fries, 20 chicken nuggets, and like I was like, it was worse than having a doner. I should have just got a doner kebab. You don't really It's weird. You don't eat doner kebabs, right? On like only from takeaways. Like you could probably make your own doner meat, but like you never do.
Mate, it's funny you say that. I had that for tea today. I had chips and mixed kebab meat.
I tell you what. My hangover cure is, and it's weird. It's Lucozade and a bacon butter. It's my hangover cure.
So unspecific. I know. If you like bacon, I know a sandwich that you would like. It's a classic that I've been going for recently whenever I go to sandwich shop. It's cheese, hash browns, and bacon.
How have we gone to food? Oh, because of the freaking conversation about chocolate bars. See, I love a bacon, sausage, and egg roll, me. I go. When you went to college? That was my college wake-up call. Like, if literally, I wouldn't get breakfast. I'd be like, Mum, I'll grab breakfast out where? I'd take £2 and go and get a bacon, sausage, and egg wrap. Oh, in the morning on a bar, I was like, yes. The only balm side is try and avoid the tomato ketchup going on your top before you went to college. It was a fucking nightmare. And then I think I stopped getting ketchup because I was like, I didn't want to play the avoid game anymore. So I just ended up eating it like with butter. Lovely. That was my college hangover. Do you know what? When you was at college, Obviously, college, like school, you obviously have school meals. But college, what did you eat? What did you get like at dinner time and stuff like that?
I usually had a Subway.
Oh mate, we was fat bastards. We went KFC and got a big dinner. £5
I
a
think
meal.
one time, I know I'm slightly exposing myself for this. One time, me and a few friends from college, we just didn't go back for the last lesson. We just went to KFC.
Oh mate, did I tell you about this one? I don't know if I can say this. I can, but I can't. I'm gonna dub a few people in here. Like, there's not just me who brought the skill, but I'm the best bluffer ever in the world. Do you know what? We'll do it. Do you know what? We should do college in another subject, but we'll do it. I'll do a quick cover. Basically, we went back an hour late. We'll do this in a full discussion. I basically went back an hour late and bluffed to my teacher, but there was 3 of us who went out. Actually, I'll fill in the blanks. We went out. We was meant to be doing going out for our you know when you get your break halfway through, you don't get it might have been our break hour.
Oh yeah.
We met up with Sanders, who was one of my mates. Anthony's his actual name. Him, we went out. He now drives trucks for B&M. We're still mates after so many years. Do you know what? We fell out and then we re-met after years. I knew him all the way through secondary school. We met me meeting up and then COVID hit, so it went to shit. Basically, we went chatting up women, but we did like rock paper scissors. Because we were kids and we was idiots. And I had to go into, what was a girl shop? But like, an old school girl shop, but I don't think it's open anymore. I can't remember. It was some girl shop anyway. Anyway, there was a good looking woman and was like rock, paper, scissors. Anyway, I lost. So I had to walk in. And I was like, excuse me, love, can I have your number? She's like, nah. Like, I just got shut down. And then we basically went over to, we seen this other good girl. So we sent, them two did rock, paper, scissors, and Sanders had to go and do it. And then my mate Chris got the last one. But we said this girl, and then this girl just did one. You're like, but Chris chased around her in the shop trying to grab a number. Like, bro, I would just give up and said, listen, give me someone else. Like, he went to chase her while she was with her nan. It was amazing. And then we looked at the time and went, oh, crap. And we had to go back. And then our tutor's like, what are you doing here? So, what are you doing? And at this time, right, you know at college when it's stupid, we had to make our own companies, right?
Oh, right.
Like, it was Go-Go Calendars, Fazoo. What was the other one? There's 3 companies anyway. Chris was the owner of one company and I was owner of the other company. And it's like, oh yeah, we're coming up with a... Oh no, I think I joined Chris's team. Or so it was something like that. And I went, we was looking up projects. Didn't get in crap right at all. She believed it. Like 100% believed it. And then Chris dobs me away on all day. We all went away for the, I always mention Poland like being one of the best holidays I've ever had with like a group of guys.
I think it might be a good idea to double check how long this has been gone on for, just in case it end up getting caught.
Yeah, I'm nearly done anyway. Basically, while I was in Poland, we'll talk about the Poland situation again. But I was in Poland because it was a cracking holiday, and there's so much that it was so funny. But we should do a tell it. You know what we'll do next? Should we do it we might do next episode. We might move that one back and do this next episode. We'll talk about college and stuff. So we'll finish it here, and then we'll do the next one because I'm in the role. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. We'll carry on this conversation in the next podcast because I feel like we could nail this one out quite quick and probably do it in 25 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. I've been your boy David GSA Wrestling.
And I've been your boy Ryan Iconic Shadows. We do hope you've had a good day, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
See ya.
Did you enjoy our little chat? If so, why not drop a like? And if you want to see more, why not hit the subscribe button?